Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we'll continue our adventures in Osgiliath. So after giving it some thought, I think we're actually gonna go back to the culverts right now. Because now that we have completed the quest that we had with the rangers on the last episode, that means that we have unlocked the dailies in Osgiliath. So as we still need to do a couple more tasks for the epic, we can do that alongside the dailies, so that I can show that to you as well in what I feel is a more natural way. That's the plan as of right now, and not gonna worry too much about all these guys really, except of course when they stun me. But other than that, we can try and just run straight to the culverts. Of course we're gonna run into a lot of enemies. Oh, not again. Wake up man. Nope, bad idea. And this is another bad idea, because if we jump into the Anduin, we'll get a debuff. I don't know how much of a difference, I mean, how impactful that debuff really is. But I just don't want to take any chances. Thing is, there are a lot of enemies. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm not too fond of when talking about Osgiliath. Just getting back to the culverts is a lot of work. Oh geez, no. Let us try and get... Oh, stop it. And we're gonna need that. Yeah, our never surrender, which came at the perfect time. I mean, we're gonna be fighting a lot of these guys during the course of the episode, so I really don't want to spend any time fighting them now. Get. Can I do that while moving? Okay. Yeah. Fuck! Oh my god. Ah! It really makes you want to kill someone. Die, all of you. Leave me the heck alone. That's what I hate, stun. I fucking hate them. So, first of all, we have here Mablung.
We must protect Gondor at all cost.
You have my thanks, Beriathan. I see a few of my men have returned already, and I am certain the rest shall soon follow. Yet, I know little of the fate of my captain Faramir, and I shall not count him among the dead while he remains lost. I have a mind to search for him within Osgiliath, for none that survived our flight into the tunnels saw him escape. If you will join me and my men in our search for Faramir, you are welcome among us for as long as your journey allows it. That will unlock Ashes and Stars, as you can see here, which is something that we're also gonna do. But first, let us do these dailies.
Have you?
Beriathan, I have a task for you. You saved my men from the blades of the enemy, but not all of my brothers were so fortunate. Over in the eastern streets by Meneldil Square, they have trolls sharpen their axes and await more men to bring them down upon. Although I did not think it up on our first meeting, you are a bold warden, and I would count your skill among the finest of my men. My brothers must be avenged, and I would have the honor be yours. Go to the square and perform some executions of your own, my friend. The half-trolls must pay for what they have done. So as you have seen, all the rangers we helped on the previous episode will now provide us with dailies, including Damrod here.
We need your help if we are to fight the enemy.
Time grows short, Beriathan. The host of Minas Morgul has readied the siege equipment, and now it is only a matter of time before they send it across the Anduin and begin their great assault. We must try to slow their advance at any cost. The span they constructed is of orcish make, and I do not think it is as stable as they believe. They have many trolls among their forces. Perhaps if the heaviest among them were slain on the span, their weight might cause it to cave in before their equipment crosses. Go to the Great Bridge and slay trolls upon their span. Let us see if my thinking is correct.
The city may be lost, but we still fight to defend it.
The host of Minas Morgul has grown beyond my imagining, my friend. Orcs, trolls, Uruk-hai, Haradrim, half-trolls, and now Easterlings. It has not done much for the spirits of my men, as you might suppose. It is a truly daunting force, but we cannot lose hope. Not yet. The Easterlings and Haradrims have made a camp in the eastern streets of the city, but I know from many years that they scare far more easily than orcs. Travel to the eastern streets and slay many of their numbers. If their morale might yet be broken, I can think of none other than Faramir or such a fine warden who might drive them from our lands. Tread carefully, Beriathan. I think I'm gonna lock the epic in here.
The Rangers will not surrender Osgiliath.
As with weapons and healing herbs, we have hidden numerous supply stores throughout the city containing rations and fresh water. If our stay in this second labyrinth is to be a lengthy one, we will have need of those supplies. Travel to the surface and search throughout the city for our supply stores. When you have found as many as you can bear, return them to me.
Ithilien is crawling with foes.
Although they allow us to sneak freely through the city, the orcish bridge rafts along the Anduin pose a great threat to the White City. With each passing hour, the host of Minas Morgul sends more forces across the river and draws closer to Minas Tirith. We must destroy the rafts and slow their advance, even if it cannot be stopped. Travel to the southern docks, burn the rafts, and slay the orcs that craft them. Go with haste, for the forces of the enemy do not rest.
The Rangers will not surrender Osgiliath.
For many years, the men of Gondor held the western half of the city against the ever-amassing forces in the east. But now, we are broken. They swept over us like the strongest currents of the Anduin, and in the aftermath, the loss of life was unmeasurable. Men still lie where they died, unless their heads have been taken by the Uruk-hai, but their armor and weapons still line the streets of Osgiliath. I do not wish their blades or armor to fall into the hands of the enemy, for they would better serve us, even in the absence of the dead. Search the western streets and ways through the city, and return what you find to us here in the tunnels. Go with haste. So, we should have 6 dailies in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, perfect, that's great. Plus the epic, plus ashes and stars, but once again, I do want to complete the dailies before doing that. And we can technically do some of the quests for the Ashes and Stars quest line along the way with these dailies and everything else. But I much rather show you the entire thing because I think it's a really cool story, a very cool complement to many of the things we've been seeing so far. And I think it's best experience when you have the chance of doing that. Playing it from start to finish. In one go, even, if you're able to do that. Which, depending on your class, might be a little bit more trickier than with a Warden, for example, but... Oh, Ketatsai, another roving threat, but I don't think we have what it takes to defeat this guy. And him being here is a problem, because we need to defeat the trolls around the area, and with him here, I mean, we need to be extra careful about what we do. Especially if these guys try to throw us into him. Yeah, thank you. I mean, he moves very slowly, so we might have some chance of not engaging him. But even still... And as you can see here, there are a lot of guys in here. Multi-boxers, or maybe just one, from the looks of it. It's really weird. Because this guy's have been here since yesterday, and I really don't know why. What are they trying to accomplish? But if I could somehow make those bug lurkers engage with Ketatsai so that they could help me, that might be great. That might be doable. I mean, now that I know where he is, I might try to defeat him after we do everything else here in the episode. If we have enough time for that as well, we'll go give it a try. I mean, he's a very strong guy, as you can see, and I don't think we are able to do that on our own. So once again, if those bug lurkers were to fight him with us, that would be something else entirely. Now, as you have seen also, I'm making my way back through all the enemies I pulled before that killed me before. So yeah, this is vengeance, this is payback. So going down. Not so tough now, huh? I hope that teaches you a lesson. You are not taking me down again. Forget about it. Wake up! For Christ's sake! Oh! It! My God, screw them! I mean, not so far from where I was. Thankfully, the red circle is just outside Osgiliath. But, oh my God, is this place really annoying? And I know I also was playing a little bit reckless with all my pulls, but you have also seen how this works. You cannot fight one guy without pulling three other guys. So, if that's how they want to play, I can play that game too. For Christ's sake. Yeah! That's what you freaking deserve. This is roughly where I was before, right? Friggin' die. Completed Haradrim's layer of Eastern Gondor even. And we have a new deed, Slayer of Eastern Gondor. So, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. Haradrim Slayer of Eastern Gondor, which is the title. 5 LOTRO points. Was truly not expecting that. A rune? Yeah, the usual stuff. You have proven yourself a mighty slayer of foes? Oh yeah. I think I have earned that. Beasts, Easterlings, Goblins, half-trolls, and orcs. I mean, I knew I was gonna get the Haradrims. But even then, I was not expecting that to happen so soon. Okay. So is this where we were standing before? Kinda. Still need to go a little bit to the south. Go look for those rafts. Oh my god. You two? Oh, come on in here then. Die, all of you. Don't want to see any of your ugly faces ever again. You also deserve a good beating. Not even the rats. Christ. Who else? Hit him. Oh, are you... Die. What do I need to do for you to die? Treasure cache. Where? Oh, okay, I see him. Oh my god, thank you. Now, where is the treasure cache? In here. Great! Great. Except for the fact that... that means then, I believe, that we have run out of backspace. We'll see. We'll see. For the time being, I'm thankful to God we can finally focus on other quests. other than fighting Haradrim, you know. And these orcs are a lot easier to manage. I don't want to fight a friggin' bat. Stay away from me if you know what's good for you. You see, that's it. That's it for the rafts. Just need to find some of the builders. I guess we can technically swim, but I think we can try our luck with this. Of course, breaking bad. Only stunned us to die. Oh, yeah, come over here. For Christ's sake. There we go. So I think we can remove these 3 that we have completed. And we can add these 2, which are around this area of the city. Gotta say, I think I'm going a little bit faster than I thought I would for this episode. Even with all those deaths and all this fighting, I think we're doing good time. Certainly didn't expect that. No, the freaking lag would just let me use the gambits I want for once. That would be also very nice. Here we are finally in the place where we needed to go. We can start picking some of this up. It's coming after us. At least they die fast. Okay, there's another one here. Of course. The trolls. Wake up. little bit better. Awesome. Love when I can do that to them. Now it seems we missed a couple of armor stands on the area that we just left. I mean, the weapons are usually found on the northern side of what the map shows you. And the armor stands are to the south. There doesn't seem to be a good way around this area. Anyway, we can try and find... Yeah, I think I know where. We came down through here. Yeah, take a look. Here's one, and there's the other one. I know, we only needed one armor scrap, so that's even better. And as you see here, yeah, we just need to keep moving to the north, and that will eventually take us to where we need to go. The discarded blades. Yeah. You die. I don't know if we will be able to defeat 100 more orcs during our time left in Osgiliath, so that we can complete that deed. It might be possible, there are so many of them. Oh, good. Here's one. And some supplies too. That's great. So that we can start doing that as well. Orbs, hidden supplies. Okay. Oh my god, this guy. We're not given the chance of defeating us. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know how to get to that supply that we found. There should be plenty of them in any case. It's a shame though that the Uruks don't count for the Orc Slayer did. It would be so nice if they did. So here we are, and we can once again look around the Palace of Eldakar to advance the epic. There should be another ranger somewhere around here. Oh, there you are. You have found Pelennor, but he is alone and there is no sign of Faramir.
Many of the Orcish forces are led by a terrible man, clad all in armor.
You there.
Gothmog.
You are a friend. I can tell from your dress and bearing. Yeah, finally someone who can. From our outfit, tell, we are an ally. Oh my god, thank you, Pelennor. You are my new favorite character. You have to help me. I was separated from Faramir and sustained this injury, and it keeps me from doing something that I must. Many of the Orcish forces are led by a terrible man clad all in armor. He is Gothmog, and they cower at his approach, but they follow his command. Runners bring messages from him throughout the city, and I saw one of these runners perish beneath many falling stones near a fountain to the east. I was injured before I could dig through the rubble to find the orders. I have overheard the orcs speaking of a mighty weapon they plan to use against the White City. Go to the fountain and search through the stones for the dead message bearer. The message he carries might give us knowledge of this weapon. I'm so glad someone finally acknowledged my outfit. a really small detail, but I cannot tell you how happy it makes me. Especially considering all the other people in Gondor that we have met that were still treating us as outsiders, even though our clothes are distinctively Gondorian. So I'm glad one of them at least gave us the recognition. She is an ally in us. Come here and die. You dig through the rubble but find nothing of use. Once, twice. Maybe you missed something, keep digging. You find a parchment clutched in a dead hand, buried under stones. And, can I read that message? Let me see. What can I get rid of? In here. No, it seems I can't. You are able to pick out some phrases related to something called Grond. Okay, well, at least we got a nice tip of what's coming. Oh, for God's sake. How many rolls are we missing? More than half? Who's attacking me now? Yeah, I really don't want to fight that Blade Master. He's an elite, I think. Yeah. And even though I'm very confident on my DPS, I really don't want to fight him if I don't have to. Just need to defeat 2 more executioners, and then we can focus on finding supplies as we make our way back to the culverts. Gotta find one more executioner, please. You don't mind giving me one? Captured rangers everywhere. It's a shame that we cannot free them. Executioner, there you are. Perfect. Now, it's gonna focus on the hidden supplies, which not as easy as it sounds. I mean, back in the day, I knew the location. I had my own route, basically, planned. And I had memorized the locations of some of them that made things easier, but now after so many years, I'm not sure where to go exactly to optimize my time. But it seems this place is good enough. I mean, 3 supplies lying right next to each other. I think that's great. And maybe I can keep looking around here. Oh, there are more supplies. Yeah, if you could please give me all of them right now, so that I can go back to the culverts. Well, that's almost all of them in this area alone. That's great. Hidden supplies, there's... I don't think we can climb there. Maybe we can technically swim there, but... I gotta say, this eastern path, part of Osgiliath, is way better than I remembered it, and certainly easier than the western side, which makes sense as well, because most of the enemy forces are concentrated on the west as they get ready to cross the Anduin and attack Minas Tirith, so it does make sense that the western side is harder, the eastern side to be harder than the western one. Oh my god, it gets annoying having to stop every 3 steps to fight someone when all you want to do is just get to the next quest location. And once again, as I told you on the previous episode, that's also the design philosophy they had in mind for Osgiliath. It's enemy territory. And the base, the camp that the rangers have established in here is more like guerrilla-like. Just like they were in the books. I mean, small encampment, and they can't afford to bring many men or supplies in here, so yeah, all I'm trying to say is, lore-wise, western side of Osgiliath is perfect. It's exactly what it should be. Not everyone should be able to survive there. A lot of people died during that attack and that defense. So lore-wise, it's great. Gameplay-wise, it's very frustrating at times. But the good news is we have everything we need to turn in these quests. I think we also have enough time to do the epic as well, which is gonna be very, very important. You will know what I mean in just a sec. And after that, I think we'll just have one more episode left in Osgiliath for Ashes and Stars. So I'm also kinda surprised to see this is going faster than I thought it would be. I was truly expecting Osgiliath would take at least twice as long as it has. I remember this place being so challenging, so difficult back in the day.
Is there no end to enemy forces invading our land?
I hope they suffered as much as my brothers did, Beriathan. I shall not rest until the forces of the enemy lay dead and broken, and I am glad to have an ally such as you. You have my thanks, but our work is not yet done.
Ithilien is crawling with foes.
It is bittersweet indeed. These blades were once held by men I considered brothers, but for those of us that yet live, they may still protect us from the darkness. Thank you, Beriathan.
The Morgul host must be defeated.
You have done well, Beriathan. The rafts are many, but this shall set them back for a time.
The Rangers will not surrender Osgiliath.
There are many to look after down here, Beriathan. You have made that task far easier this day. You have my thanks.
There is more still to do.
I heard the thundering of their falls even down here, Beriathan, but the bridge did not break? Unfortunate, but we cannot let that halt our efforts.
Every victory, no matter how small, is worth the effort in these dark days.
They number in the thousands, my friend, but each one that we defeat bolsters my hope for the future of the White City. You have done well. And now the epic.
I cannot read much of this message, but I know it means trouble.
But I need to free back space so that I can just get those rewards. So let me do that really quick. Vitality, agility, no, it's not good enough. And I don't like that cosmetic either, so I'm gonna get rid of this and this. I mean, I could technically save some of these items for tasks and potentially get kindred with the Rangers, but I'm not in a hurry to get kindred with the Rangers right now. I truly could use the backspace.
I cannot read much of this message, but I know it means trouble.
Dambrod takes the parchment from you and reads the crude writing. I cannot read much of this message, but I can understand enough of it to know it means trouble.
Our enemies have brought a great weapon to Osgiliath, a mighty ram called Grond.
The message recovered is addressed from Gothmog to the master of the great beast, and it commands this master to pull the ram through the city to the west gate. We must assume that Gothmog or his superiors plan to use Grond to smash the gates of Minas Tirith. We have to stop it. If this message has not been delivered by another of Gothmog's runners, we have a brief window available to us before Grond begins to move once more. This hunter from the Blackroot Vale has been itching for a chance to prove himself. Take him and find Grond before it leaves the city, and damage or destroy the ram before it reaches the Pelennor. Once it leaves Osgiliath, we will not be able to halt its progress, Beriathan. There you are, Derufin.
We will find my brother and seek this weapon together.
My brother is already searching for adventure throughout the city, Beriathan. We will find him and seek this weapon together.
Our enemies have brought a great ram to the city. We must damage or destroy it.
I think I'm gonna use one of these hope tokens. You'll understand why in a while. Before we left the culverts, I asked Dambrod how we'll know this ram called Grond, and he responded with laughter. When I pressed him on the matter, he said we would simply know, so it must be obvious, Beriathan. Let us make our way through the city and see if he speaks the truth. Let us fight through the city in search of the weapon Grond. We must also remain alert for my brother Duilin, for he too hunts within the city. Come, Beriathan, it is a time for courageous deeds. Orcs ahead! Let none escape us! Where are all the orcs? There should be more foes here than this. Did you see? A feeling of dread falls upon you and hazy images swim before your eyes. There are so many camps and the smell of roasting meat still in the air. Where did the orcs go? And for what purpose? Perhaps they have been roused by their masters for some offensive? Still have dread? Beriathan, what is wrong? You look quite unwell. What were the ghostly images? I truly wasn't able to see them. I don't know, I don't remember if they are supposed to appear at this moment of the instance or maybe later. What is wrong, Beriathan? You ask Derufin what he makes of the ghostly images and the feeling of dread that accompanied them, and he looks at you with confusion. I do not know of what you speak, friend. I see nothing but an absence of orcs and the crumbling ruins of once proud of Osgiliath. You say that you saw more than that? Do you see it still? What is going on here? Should we continue our search? Yes, we must. Grond awaits. Oh, here we have it. Oh, I wasn't able to snap a picture of it. What a shame. There is an orc patrol. Cast aside your feelings of unease and dispatch these foes. Beriathan, are you well? Well, you saw the same thing as I, didn't you? It has disappeared. But I can tell by your face that something has you in its grip, Beriathan, and it is frustrating to see you experience this devilry and be unable to help in any way. All I can say to you is to master your eyes, and distrust even convincing visions of horror, for they surely seek to lead you astray. Duilin and I grew up in the Blackroot Vale, and we are no strangers to feelings of dread. But why do you feel this presence so keenly and I feel nothing? The sooner we find Grond and destroy it, the sooner we will leave this place. If you are willing enough to continue, you should search to the north, and I will search to the east. Stand strong against whatever evil you find, my friend, and know that you are its better. Search to the north and I will search to the east. Fear no phantoms. Yeah, thank you. Without... Oh my god, there she is again. Without... Derufin? We can take the time to do this at our own pace. Your eyes must be playing tricks on you. Certainly seems to be that way. And she disappears when you try to get close. You have found the broken body of the Ranger Galadir. As you approach the fallen Ranger, your mind revels at the thought that Galadir might have somehow gotten ahead of you and come to Osgiliath against Aragorn's command. How could he have come more swiftly than the Corsair ships, more swiftly than your own thread? The merest flickering doubt is enough to dispel your wandering mind, and you see now that the body lying on the cold stones of war-torn Osgiliath is not that of Galadir after all, but another soldier fallen in the defense. A flash of color to the northeast. Can it be? Please don't disappear just yet. Yeah, Narmelith. Oh. There it is. There it is. Grond. Big Ram, we are near the Court of Isildur, the East Gate, as those orders said. He's gonna apply 4 dread. We can still fight that. You have found Grond, great weapon of the enemy. We need to damage it? Yeah. Which means that we can take the time of checking Grond. I mean, take a look at this beast. Literally and figuratively. It's huge, it's menacing. It has the runes that the book said it had. I have no idea what they say. And okay. Here they are also here, a little bigger. And in here too. And you, of course, gonna... I mean, I don't know if admire is the right word for it, but acknowledge, at least, Sauron's confidence, malice in naming this thing the same as his master's hammer. And of course this Grond is not as evil as the original one, but still a force to be reckoned with. Grond resists your efforts, but you do not give up. How can I? This thing is headed towards Minas Tirith, my fair home, and I cannot let it destroy the gates of my home. But no, I don't give up. Grond resists your efforts, but you do not give up. You did it, Beriathan. No. I did my best, but I didn't do anything to this beast. I stand in awe of your deeds, Beriathan. You have managed to inflict some damage on the great weapon of the enemy. It seems clear that the destruction of Grond itself is beyond our means, but you have inflicted enough damage to the structure that bears it, and that may slow its progress toward the gates of Minas Tirith. I hope you're right. My brother fought a number of orcs within the city, well more than we encountered. He thinks they are preparing for a renewed assault. I cannot believe the size of it. It is larger than a Mumak. Yeah, I get what you mean, but I think some of the Mumaks were a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. Sizes can fool you at this scale. What a terrible weapon, Beriathan. My brother and I took solemn vows when we were children to always look upon the bright side of a situation. But I must tell you that I am finding it difficult to maintain this outlook while confronted with the terrible Grond. And yet, you managed to disable it, at least for a time. Even a weapon as frightful as this can be slowed. Hope springs in my breast even as I worry, and the worry passes. Beriathan. Many days have passed since last I saw you. Many leagues have you traveled. We are both changed, Beriathan. Can you feel it? Once I was Mordorith, steward of Angmar, but I was undone by trickery. The elf Lardan is slain, and the daughter is not worthy of mention. I fell into the void, but my master pulled me back. The blade was the key, Beriathan. The Dunadan who first wounded me lives still, drowned in his sorrows in the north. While he lives, I cannot die. Do you think he felt my return? Does heated Galadir feel my presence even now? Do you think my anger haunts him still in the northern lands? It matters not. The Dark Lord has given me a new form, a stronger form. I am Gothmog, the dread terror, and Minas Tirith shall crumble before me. Derufin, let's get out of here.
You look as if you've seen a ghost.
And if that terrible operation's words are to be believed, mayhap you have. Is this true? Was this creature spared death? How can we hope to fight against such foes, if even a true strike with a keen blade cannot cure them of this existence? You ask Derufin that he not tell anyone of Gothmog's words, and he nods his assent, if reluctantly. I suppose that is for the best, but I do not like it. If the armies we face are led by creatures that cannot die, how long must we be expected to fight? How long must we stand, Beriathan? I hope you understand that I am not afraid, but my brother is not as brave as I am, and I fear that he will not be willing to go on endlessly without victory. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go, Derufin, but thank you for keeping the secret.
You damaged the great ram. Why then do you bear such a stricken expression?
Beriathan, Derufin tells me that you were able to do some damage to the great ram, and it will be some time before Grond can be used against Minas Tirith. Why then has the color drained from your face, and why do you bear that stricken expression? The thought of telling Damrod the truth weighs heavily upon you, but you know that the soldier already struggles on with very little hope. To tell him that the leaders of the enemy's armies cannot be defeated in battle, and that death holds no permanence for such creatures of evil, would dash away any of his hopes that remain. Cheer up, Beriathan. Your efforts have brought the defenders of Minas Tirith some time, and those extra hours, however brief, might prove the difference. Evil cannot fight forever. Faramir will be found, and our battles will be won. Get some rest if you can, Beriathan. Soon we will look to join in the defenders of the White City, and our battle will begin anew. But for now, you have done well. Damrod smiled heartily at you, but you think of the foe that was once Mordorith, and your heart is heavy. Okay, there you have it. So this is the end of book 3. We still have pending the matter of Ashes and Stars with Mablung, and then we will be able to begin book 4. But what about this reveal? What about this plot twist? I know the first time I saw this totally blew my mind away. I mean, yes, you find Narmaleth in the instance, well, visions of Narmaleth, visions of Galadir, and in hindsight, those are dead giveaways of what's to come, but this was so unexpected. The first time you find this, it is so unexpected that even those clear views pass over your head. And this is one of my all-time favorite moments in LOTRO for what they are able to do with this. So Gothmog is mentioned in the books, but he is never given... I mean, we never truly see him. He's only mentioned, so we don't know if he was a man or if he was an orc, like in the movies. And the way... I mean, the game has given us an enemy that's up to our level. Because the commander during the Siege of Minas Tirith is gonna be the Witch King and the Nazgul, of course. But it's established by the Lord that the Nazgul, well, the Witch King is defeated by Eowyn. No other men can harm the Nazgul, so we cannot truly fight them and expect to be victorious. But now we have an enemy that we can face with a more even on more even grounds. And And I love about this the fact that the devs were able to provide us with such an enemy by pulling out of the books a very obscure enemy and then giving him such a rich backstory. I mean, taking Mordred, bringing Mordred back. How unexpected and how daring it was. And it was crushing, of course. All the things that the text said, that's what we felt. At least that's how I felt the first time I found this. Like, he's back from the dead. He cannot be killed. This guy was very powerful and we struggled a lot to defeat him, and now he's back. What do we need to do now? Can we even defeat him a second time? And it brings such a feeling of hopelessness to you. It hits all the right notes perfectly. It gives you personal stakes for the battle. It gives you an enemy that's on your level. It gives you the feeling of hopelessness that accompanies the battle. It's able to tie itself with the lore from the books, with the lore from the game. It does everything it needs to do. I mean, this instance is perfect. It's LOTRO at its best. And I know we were already hard pressed for time before I started rambling about it, but I love this moment so much and what it means for the game, for the player, for the story, for the lore, for everything, that I truly cannot let this moment pass before mentioning this to you. I mean, I needed to say something about this, and maybe there are still way more things to be said about what this means and all the implications of it, but I'm still at a loss of words. I mean, I try to think about it and I try to put into words what I think about this, what I feel about this, and I lose my train of thought because there are so many things to be said about this that I don't even know where to begin or where to finish. But long story short, this was perfect. This is just perfect, and this is so amazing, so unexpected, and so well thought, so well executed that I just remember how I felt the first time I saw this and how I still feel every time I replay this moment. I'm just left speechless. So I wanted to take a couple minutes to just take my hat off to the LOTRO team and said, very well done indeed. Slow clap, everything you can think of, these guys deserve it. And this is one of the reasons why I love this game so much. When they are able to hit all the right notes like they did today, this game is unparalleled. This is the best adaptation, not only of Tolkien's work, I would say, but maybe even the best video game adaptation of a literary source. I cannot think of any other game based on a book that does the things that LOTRO does as well as they do. So yeah, my hat's up once again. Perfect work there to the LOTRO team. And we still have ahead of us moments as epic and as fulfilling and complex as this, but this is to show you have not seen anything yet, and this always makes me excited for what's to come. So I hope you are as well, and thank you for watching today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures and for sticking with me as I rambled a little bit about what this means to me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.